Hi, welcome to another edition of the riveting show here on the Church of Fourth and Forward Motion called Ask Jeff. And we offer this show to you because, well, we care. And we do care. And we care about the questions that you have. And so this is that venue to be able to drop a question into the mix. And if we don't answer you directly via an email pretty quickly, or you're not local enough where we can see you face to face and come up and give you that answer, then sometimes we hold them back and we use them and actually record shows like this that will hopefully encourage and help you just a little bit. And we'll cover the gamut of anything, some silly, some serious. This one actually a little bit more serious. Here's the question. Jeff, how do I get out of my permanent bad mood? Sometimes I want to snap at anything that moves, and often I do. That's a good question. Probably doesn't apply to you. You're probably always in a good mood because that's why you're watching the show and you're smiling right now. He's not talking to me tonight. That's great. But you might know someone that this does apply to. See, some folks don't know that we have an option. To listen to our vocabulary sometimes, you would think that we're victims of our own thoughts. Don't talk to me that way, we say. I'm in a bad mood. As if a mood were a place to which you were assigned. I can't call you, I'm in Bosnia. That kind of idea. And we forget that it's an emotion that we actually permit. We weren't forced to go there. We allowed it to happen. Or we say, don't mess with her, she has a bad disposition. Is a disposition something we have? Like the cold or the flu? Are we victims of the emotional bacteria of the season? Or do we have a choice? Now the answer is we have a choice. Paul says we have a choice. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5, it says, we capture every thought and make it give up and obey Christ. Now, that's the New Century Version, but in that translation, Paul loads us up with some battlefield conversation there. We capture every thought. We make it give up. We make it obey Christ. You get the impression that we're soldiers and the thoughts are our enemies, and they can be. And our assignment is to protect the homeland and refuse entrance to these trashy, destructive thoughts. The minute they appear on the horizon, we go into action because our heart belongs to God, we declare. And you're not getting into here until you change your allegiance. That means selfishness, step back. Envy, get lost. Find another home. Anger, you aren't allowed on this turf. I want you to hear me carefully. Capturing thoughts is a serious business. But the good news is that we are not a victim of our thoughts. We have a vote. We have a voice. And we can exercise something that sometimes we don't give ourselves credit for. We can exercise thought prevention. In other words, we just don't have to think that way. Now see, we don't believe that because that's not how we feel. But Paul said, and he said it in the Bible, so you can argue with it all you want, but he said, capture every thought, make it give up, and obey Christ. In other words, we can go to war with our stinking thinking. We can go to war with our perpetual bad moods, and we can go to war with that anxious, rude, obnoxious side of ourselves. And we can win the battle because Jesus gives us the help that we need to do more. That's the answer. May not be the one you wanted to hear, may not be the one that you like to hear, but the question that you have to ask yourself is a bigger one. I know this is Ask Jeff, so let me ask you something. Do you really want to be the person that they talk about? Oh, they're always in a bad mood? Do you always want to be the person that everyone's afraid of? Do you always want to be the person that it's just a given that they're just going to be in a snit? No, you don't want to be that person. You want to be a person who reflects the love of Christ and the joy of Jesus into the world around you. Well, how do you do that? Well, you capture every thought. You make it give up. And you pull it under the lordship of Christ. And when you can do that, everything changes. Ask God for help. Keep your mouth shut. Don't let emotion rule you. You take control of those emotions. That's it. That's the answer to the question. Best I got for you right now in this edition. If you have more questions, please don't hesitate to send them to us. and just kind of title the email, if you send it via email, Ask Jeff. We'll take a look at it and see what we can do with it. Until next time, look forward to joining you again.